Cheryl here from PropertyLimBrothers. Today we are here in Seoul Acres where we have a high floor pool facing 2+ study unit that is very well maintained. So of course this project is known for its family centric and full facilities. So let's go check it out. Alright, so Seoul Acres stands to be the largest EC in Singapore with 1,327 units. 99-year leasehold from the year 2014. TOP was in the year 2018. So our unit here, 2+ study, this is sized at 872 square feet. If we were to pull out the floor plan, you'll see that there are actually two variants of the 2+ study layout. So you have the 850 versus the 872. So the main difference between these two floor plans would be the facing of the unit. So while all the 2+ studies are all internal pool facing units, our unit, 872 square feet unit, they are actually of a southwest facing, and they are also facing towards the family pool, which is of a wider width. So the main difference you'll get as a homeowner is that you'll actually get to enjoy a greater block-to-block distance away from your neighbouring unit. So in terms of privacy-wise, not to worry as well, because for Seoul Acres, the developers have actually chosen to go for this tinted kind of glass facade. So you can't really look into your neighbour's home, especially with such a distance between us. And also coming back to a floor plan, you'll notice the main differences between the two layouts would be the length of the walkway. Coming right into the entrance foyer itself, so the 872 square feet layout does enjoy a longer walkway, which our owners have also placed in lots of storage cabinetries, because as we know, for such compact layout types, they do not come with a dedicated storage space. So with all of these cabinetries here, they have actually managed to store away all of their items in the house, which keeps their home very clutter-free. So flip towards the other side, this is actually where the DB box area is. And on this side here, they have done up some additional storages. I also like to point out that at the bottom area here, they have placed in lots of large format storages. So this is where you'll probably be looking to put in all of your kids' toys, mahjong table, luggages. And on the side here, there is also a little lighting feature. So you can actually place in some display pieces over here. So in terms of renovation wise, our owners have already done up the marble gum for all of the flooring. So you get to enjoy this very seamless feel. And you actually notice that the flooring is still very shiny as well. Generally, the home is really well maintained. So on the side here, this is where our dining space is. Of course, the bicycles will be shifted away upon the completion of the sale. You can actually comfortably fit in a 6-seater dining setup. And in fact, given the size of the dining area here, you can even put in a round dining setup space for maybe like a 5 to 6-seater as well. Moving on to the living room area. A very comfortable size. So owners currently, they've gone for this 2-seater kind of recliner setup. Of course, you can definitely fit in a much larger sofa set. In fact, actually, our wall-to-wall distance here is actually of 3.18 meters, which is incredibly rare, especially for a 2+ study kind of unit layout. What our owners have actually opted to do is a low-profile TV feature wall over here, storages below as well. Over here, you'll see that they have actually carved out a dedicated robot vacuum parking lot over here. So it actually keeps the home looking very clutter-free, and we do not have any wires dangling around. So now let's head into the balcony area. So balcony-wise, this is of a southwest facing. This will be considered a quiet facing within Seoul Acres itself. So being a large project, they do have multiple facings ranging between the external facing such as the road facing or the HDB facing, or the internal pool facing unit. So between our unit here, you actually see that we do enjoy a very good block-to-block distance away from our neighbouring block. In between us, we're actually segregated by the family pool. We also, onto the right side, we also do get to enjoy an additional pool view on the right, and that is also where the clubhouse and gym building is located. So what our owners have also done up with the space is that they have placed in all of the invisible grille as well as the motorised Ziptrak for the balcony space over here. So I think what you can probably do with this area, you can have a high table over here to enjoy your coffee every morning. So flip towards the other side of the balcony itself. So the 2+ studies here, they do come with a linked balcony kind of setup, and my suggestion would actually be to use this as a segregation. You can actually place this as a utility zoning. If you need to have your laundry needs, you can actually place in the drying rack right above here as well. So of course, our facing is really quiet, and in terms of privacy wise, you also see that the facade is tinted. Your neighbors, you can't really look into your neighbor's house. I don't think your neighbor can really look into your house as well. We also do get to enjoy a very good block-to-block distance. So speaking of the facilities, so aside from the multiple pools that we have, we also do have 2 tennis courts, we have a table tennis pavilion. We also do have lots of dedicated kids facilities, ranging from the pool, their playground. There's also a dedicated kids function room called the children party room. So you can actually book that for your kids' birthday parties. So that will actually be located on towards the other side of the project. So most of the kids facilities are actually congregated towards the other zone of the project. And over here wise, these were more adult facilities, like your gym and the pool. So Seoul Acres does get to enjoy both multi-story as well as basement parking, which links all the 13 blocks right here. So before we head on to tour the rest of the home, I also want to share with you about the location. So Seoul Acres were located in District 23, bound by Choa Chu Kang Way as well as Choa Chu Kang Grove. So in terms of location and amenities wise, once you head out from the side gate along Block 6, you actually have Keat Hong Mirage. So Keat Hong Mirage, that's where you'll find your McDonald's, U-Star supermarket. There are a couple of clinics and other eatery options for your day-to-day conveniences. Keat Hong Shopping Mall as well as Teck Whye Shopping Mall, these are also within walking distance of where we are at. In terms of public transport connectivity, right from the side gate itself, there's actually a bus stop there. So 3 stops down, that takes you to Choa Chu Kang MRT station, where you also do have your bus interchange as well as your Lot 1 mall. Choa Chu Kang MRT is also going to be an interchange once the Jurong Region Line station there is completed in the year between 2027 to 2029. So additional conveniences which would link up the West region in Singapore. Of course, if you're headed in the other direction, then it's also 3 stops down to Bukit Panjang MRT station. Right there, you have Hillion Mall, Junction 10, as well as Bukit Panjang Plaza. They also have MRT station which connects you towards the downtown line, which is a very comfortable commute down towards the city or central regions for work. Of course, if you prefer, LRT stations, we do have Keat Hong, which is about 200 meters away, and Teck Whye LRT, that's also about 300 meters away. You can use those to get to the MRT stations as well. So for recreational wise, then we do have Keat Hong Garden, just a comfortable walking distance away. So for parents and school-going kids, we do have actually 3 primary schools within our 1 km radius. This is Teck Whye Primary, Choa Chu Kang Primary, as well as Southview Primary School, which is one of the popular schools within the Western region. Alright, so if we were to zoom out on the map, you'll actually see that right behind us, that is where the Teng Nga New Township is coming up. In fact, the first BTOs have already collected their keys. So if we were to take a look at Teng Nga sites, what it actually offers to us is that in the immediate time frame, get to enjoy more amenities and conveniences for you and your family. And of course, in the longer term picture, because there are lots of families moving into these areas, upon hitting their MOP, they are likely to want to move towards more private properties. And one of the key considerations, if today I have kids, then I'll probably want to consider a family-friendly project, something that has lots of facilities for the kids to enjoy. Definitely Seoul Acres will be one that matches all of these considerations for them. And in fact, ACS is also coming to town right where Teng Nga is. So I think this is going to be quite an up-and-coming area within the western region of Singapore. And just surrounding us itself in the Keat Hong vicinity, there are also lots of newer HDB flats. Some have just attained its MOP, and there are also other clusters that are still building. So there is a very large pool of HDB upgrader audience to actually absorb the supply within Seoul Acres itself. So now let's just have a tour of our kitchen area. So for the kitchen area space, this is currently of an open concept kind of kitchen setup. Of course, if you do cook often, then what you can probably do is to choose to do up this sliding glass kind of enclosing space for this area, and then have the entrance doorway over here. So this will actually allow the entire kitchen to be enclosed. Alternatively, you can also extend out a kitchen island here. So perhaps you're someone that enjoys to bake, then this area can function as additional worktop space and also as a dining space. You'll see that there's actually lots of storages pumped in both above and below. Countertop, this is of solid surface. We also do get induction stove for this area. So plus point for induction stove is that you actually do have an additional storage cabinet right underneath here, because you don't have to cater for additional pipings. And that also allows our oven to be seamlessly flushed right underneath here. So flip over to this side here, this is actually where the washing machine is. So we have our washing machine space over here, and right above there is actually some empty space where you can actually choose to stack in your dryer system if you want to go for a washer-dryer kind of setup. There's also a dedicated fridge space over here. I also want to point out that the developer has thoughtfully planned out for an additional large format storage over here, which would otherwise be an awkward corner in an L-shaped storage system. Alright, so as we head down the walkway, your first bedroom, this is actually considered the study room of the home. So size-wise, this is pretty comfortable. It's currently being used as a home office setup. Of course, if you want to do sort of like a his and her style, then you can probably pump in another desk seat on this side here. And I think in Soul Acres, it's very well designed because the study room wise, it offers you lots of flexibility. Aside from being used as a study room, it can also function as a storage space, whether you want to use it as your helper's room, or you can even use this space as like a baby's room. Because on the side here, you can probably fit in your baby's cot, and over here, you can actually put in your nursing chair as well. So I think size-wise, it's pretty comfortable. One more plus point is that both of the walls here, these are non-structural walls. So you can actually choose to take down either of the walls if you wish to enlarge the space. So for example, you want to have a larger living room area. So you can actually take down this wall here to enlarge your living room area and your TV viewing distance. Alternatively, you can take down this wall here to enlarge the common bedroom to have both the study and the resting space combined in one area. So let's go check out the next bedroom. So we're entering the second bedroom space of the home. This will actually be considered the first common bedroom since the previous one is considered as a study space. So for all of the bedrooms, what our owners have done is they have replaced the flooring with vinyl flooring for all of the bedrooms to give more longevity. And for this bedroom here also, we do have the similar facings and very good block-to-block distance away from our neighbours. They have chose to left it pretty much blank as a kids' playroom, so there are no additional built-ins being done. And on this side here, we do have two panels of the sliding wardrobe space as provided by the developer, so it still allows the room to comfortably fit in a queen-size bed over here with sufficient walkway space on both ends. So before we head on into the master bedroom, let's also check out the common bath right on this side of the walkway. It is comfortable, very well maintained condition. You also do get storages behind the mirror as well as on this side over here. You can pump in additional storages under the sink if you wish to. And fittings for the bathroom, these are all by Groher. And lastly, let's head on into the master ensuite. Alright, so heading into the master bedroom. So currently this is fitted with a king size bed. We do get full height windows over here that also does overlook over your pool area. So our owners have also done up this invisible grills over here. They also placed in an additional motorized curtain system so you can control the brightness of your bedroom. So as we mentioned earlier, the bedroom walls here within Soul Acres, they can be hacked. You can have the flexibility to combine your spaces. So you can actually choose to take down this wall over here to create a grand master room. So for master wise, they have also changed up the light switches to allow it to have the dimming function and also controllable via Wi-Fi. So on this side here, this is where our original developer's wardrobe are. So of course, if you need to fit in a baby cot in your master bedroom, what you can actually do is to have your bed flush all the way against the window and you can fit in your cot over here. So let's go and check out the bathroom. So for your master bath, you do get a very comfortable size kind of setup. Behind here, we actually do have the glass doors which separates the wet and dry areas. Lots of storages above the sink area and under the sink. And we also do have all of the bathroom fittings from the brand Groher. So we'll be making two tiers of pricing comparisons today. Firstly will be the resale options that are within our vicinity. And secondly, we will also compare against some of the new launches that are available within the Western region. Starting off with the resale comparisons, first project we'll compare against Wonderville. So Wonderville TOP was in the year 2018. 3-bedroom compact there ranges between 1.4 to 1.43 mil. There are no 2+ study units available within this development. Next to it, we do have the Rainforest. So TOP was in the year 2015. It's also an EC project. So the 3-bedroom compact there is asking 1.4 to 1.49 mil. And finally, we do have Mikasa, which is also an EC, slightly older TOP in the year 2012, asking between 1.6 to 1.68 mil. Over at Hillstar, this is a condo that TOP in the year 2016. 2-bed, 2-bath has an asking between 1.2 to 1.485 mil, and the 3-bedder has an asking of 1.59 mil. So of course, you'll notice on the quantum basis, there's a very distinctive gap between our unit against the rest of our resale comparables. And let's now compare against some of the new launches in the area. So starting off with the Arden. So Arden 3-bedders, they are priced between 1.8 to 2.1 mil. Over at Sora, 2+ study is asking between 1.56 to 2.05, and their 3-bedders is asking between 2.07 to 2.32 mil. Over at Lake Garden Residences, the 3-bedder is asking between 2.23 to 2.378 mil. So coming back right to our unit right here in Seoul Acres, our unit is sized at 872 square feet with an asking price of $1.288 million, which works out to 1,400 odd on a PSF basis. So I think this is really perfect if you are looking to make a few future plans from here. So let's break down more into the financial portions of owning this property. So taking the full purchase price of 1.288 mil, we'll take a 75% loan of 966,000 for 30 years at 2.5% interest rate. Your monthly payments will be about 3,008 per month. Let's break it down further. So that will be 1,800 for principal and 2,000 for paying down the interest. And a unit like this within Seoul Acres, rental is going for about 3,600 per month. And I think this makes for the perfect pivot home scenario. So if say you are a couple or even a small family with one kid looking to start into your first private property, whether you are a first-time buyer or a HDB upgrader, actually this property, if you were to hold it for 3 years, just assuming a very steady and conservative appreciation rate of 3%, 3 years later sell it for 1.41 mil and repay off your outstanding loan of about 898,000. Your sale proceeds would land you at 511,000, and this is actually very sufficient down payment if you want to recycle this into a 1.8 mil property subsequently. Alternatively, you also do have the option to reduce the property ownership into one singular name to keep this as a rental asset, while the other partner goes out to purchase another larger own stay property. And the reason why this is all possible, because the quantum pricing here is considered to be palatable. Alright, so if you are looking for a high floor pool facing 2+ study unit right here within Seoul Acres, a very vibrant community, family-centric development with a very fantastic and palatable quantum entry price of 1.288 mil, do give our listing managers a call. We can find our numbers right down here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We're also on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. I'm Cheryl, PropertyLimBrothers, always happy to show you the place. Facilities. Okay, sorry again. So in the living room, you'll see that actually it's of a very comfortable. They have actually catered this nook for, and they have also an alternate. So common bathroom, pretty standard size.